We are now.
What's up, YouTube? It's the Dale Man.
It's the Dale Man.
It's the Dale Man. Here with my boy, Drew, and my boy, Hey.
Oh, okay. You ready?
It's Spanish for Jay, you know.
Hey.
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 Hey. Hey, and Drew. Hey, Drew and Dale.
Yeah, let's do this. I'll get up during the anthem ad. Make us some coffee.
Nice. Very nice.
Go.
All right.
You're too close, man.
I'm Stephen Adams. This is Down to Doug. I'm miffed and peeved. That's not the words. What do I say?
Hello, I'm Alex Sabrinas. I'm not miffed and piffed. I'm about to dunk. I'm not miffed and piffed. Hello, I'm Alex Sabrinas. I'm not miffed and piffed. I'm down to dunk.
I'm Stephen Adams. I'm not miffed and peeved. I am down to dunk.
Yo, this PG and I'm down to dunk.
I'm about to dunk.
Good morning and welcome to episode 5, 9, 4 of Down to Dunk. You can find us on CLNS Media Daily Thunder.com -radio 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, of course. Anywhere you subscribe to your podcasts. I am Luke. Joined this morning by Andrew
Slam through.
and Jay.
I was muted. Hey.
Taylor.
I muted myself because I want to move this around during the intro, man. It's too good.
Yeah. Taylor's a little sleepy peepee, and he'll be joining us here in a few minutes.
He'll be here in just a few 10 minutes, probably.
Guys,
15.
the NBA season is upon us. Thunder have played a basketball game,
They sure have.
and it felt
One.
good. Felt good having back.
I feel like I've talked about this
I know.
one game.
I know.
Like to
Beat
death.
it to death.
Well, and that's what it's so hard because it's like all of this anticipation, and then it's Tuesday night, and it's like, all right, well, it looks like we're not playing again until Friday.
Right.
I'm like, what do we do for Wednesday and Thursday? But there's been a ton of basketball, and the NBA League Pass has done their free preview.
Yes,
so
which is so nice.
I've watched anytime I get a chance to be in front of my TV. It's like I wish I had multiple TVs.
Yeah.
It's like I literally had this moment on, I guess it was Tuesday, just waiting for the game as I'm just flipping. No, it wasn't Tuesday. Sorry, it was Wednesday because there's just
all the games.
15 games on.
Yeah.
And so I just had this epiphany where it's like, I think for my birthday or for my Christmas present, like I'm just going to ask for League Pass for the next year.
Yeah.
And then just literally long-term plan on having a study with 3 TVs in it.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Careful. You're on your way to becoming a super villain.
It's true.
Like in the 80s.
Yeah.
When they had like a wall of TVs.
But I'm like, I think it's like $200 for the year for, I'm like, that's nothing. That's not, I mean, it's something, but it's not an enormous amount of money.
Yeah. You know what that is? A great Xmas gift.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, but basketball is back, and it's been a enjoyable and sometimes kind of ugly opening week. It's, I think the thing to remember every year is that since they shortened the preseason to bring the season closer to, earlier fall, is a lot of teams take this first week is just rough, like for example, the first half of the Thunder Warriors game was very bad basketball.
It was awful.
If it wasn't for Steph Curry, like it was ugly. And I guess KD was pretty good as well in the first half, but Steph actually looked like Steph, which was
he's
good for them.
He looked awesome.
Less than ideal for the Thunder. And so he ended up he was 5 of 9 from the 3-point line, 11 of 20 from the field, 32 points. I mean, 9 assists. He was really, really good. And what's funny about that is saying that and then also just affirming that Dennis Schroeder was actually pretty decent on him.
Yeah.
Like as decent as you can be against Steph.
I think after the first quarter, Schroeder was good.
Yeah. Yeah. And he and the whole team, it just progressively got better. Like there were points in the first quarter I was like, they don't know what they're doing on offense.
No, we had the Patrick Patterson post-ups, which was just like infuriating. Just like, why?
He hadn't posted anybody up in 7 years.
No.
Like, what's he doing?
Well, and it's even with Steve, where it's like, man, the post up with Steve is like the fifth option on offense for the Thunder normally.
Yeah.
So it's not something that, I mean, obviously he works on it, but it's not something that is really his game. He gets way more points rolling to the basket. He gets way more points with those little floaters in the middle
Offensive
of the lane,
rebounds.
offensive rebounds. It's not really something where he's historically posted up that often.
Mm-hmm.
But I did have some notes, and so since we have talked to if you haven't heard 9 million different over the top analysis of this game, we got a few more things for you. So
here we go.
The first one, I think we've talked about this, and I know y'all talked about it Wednesday, is one of the biggest problems was the offensive rebounding for the Warriors. And the Thunder should not be beat on what would that be for them? The defensive glass.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that some of that is, you also talked about this, is some of that is Russell Westbrook not being in the game. I mean, that's a big deal. But some of it also is this is what the Warriors do. I think the tendency, and I haven't heard this, is the tendency is to always just think about what your team can change.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that sometimes can fail to affirm that the other team also was on the court trying to do things. And it was very, very clear that the Warriors recognized that they had a deficiency, or they would have a potential issue with rebounding with Steven Adams. And so what do? They changed their game plan to make sure that Adams is, I mean, just if you rewatch film or if you rewatch the game, anytime the ball went up on their side for their offense, immediately somebody literally not even looking at the ball, find Steven Adams.
Yeah.
Every time.
Mm-hmm.
And the Thunder did not do that. There were numerous times where it was simple box outs, especially one of the things that I felt like Noel can really grow in, or he's going to, and this is what's cool about the season and what we forget about. You know what they've been doing for the last 3 or 4 days? They got into their rooms on Tuesday night, flew back probably to LA,
mm-hmm.
got in the rooms, hung out, slept, practiced a little bit, and then they watched a ton of film. And they sat there, and Mark Bryant looked at Jeremy Grant, and Patrick Patterson, and Noel, and Adams, and said, the way you got out rebounded was embarrassing,
mm-hmm.
and here's some simple ways to do that. And all it would have taken to half that offensive number is if the bigs would have turned around and looked for somebody to block out instead of just being, because normally you rely on your athleticism and you can get the rebounds. But with a team that's crashing the way that the Warriors did, Looney was insane.
He was good.
You have to find somebody, mark up, and you have to box somebody out. So
I
thought that was one of the biggest. It's hard to put your finger on one thing that really stuck out that really shaped the game, but man, that was a big deal.
There's a difference in the game. It was a close game, which was a good sign for the Thunder.
Absolutely, right. Yeah.
But that was the reason. And I think part of that is also like they have to fight so hard on the defensive end every possession that once the possession finally ends, you're like, okay, I did my job. And like they kind of stopped working after they had forced a tough shot from the Warriors.
I think that's a great thought for sure. Yeah, you definitely see it. Which is what the Warriors do. Like they give you problems for multiple reasons.
They're the best team.
The other thing is that they also penetrate really well, especially Steph Curry. And anytime that happens is you pull your bigs over to try to block the shot.
Suck the D in.
And as soon as you suck the D in, there's space. And it's the same thing that why Steven Adams can also feast as well, is because Russell does the same thing.
Right.
As then all of a sudden the big moves over to try to guard to stop the penetration, and you can go up and get the rebound on a trash bucket. So it's not something I'm super worried about. The Thunder have the personnel to do it, and they have the ability, and they've shown the ability to do it to where they normally do not get out rebounded ever, especially by the Warriors.
Right.
The good thing about this game was that at the end of it, we played them close. There was points in the fourth quarter where we were up. We only lost by 8. And at the end, right at the end of the game, it showed our bench, and it showed Russ and Dre standing right next to each other. And at that point, I was just like, we played them really close, and 2 of our starting 5 not in the game. And these are 2 guys that would affect that game in big. So it was a positive for me all around. I was expecting to go in and be like, we're going to get blown. The door's just blown off of us. And having that not happen, I was very excited about that.
Yeah. And it's been talked about as well as you see most definitely already in game one a difference in this team.
Yeah.
Like just the way they play.
Well, the third quarter.
I think the first half you were kind of like, this is especially with Paul George. It's like, dude, what are we doing? Like,
yeah, they're down 8 after the first quarter. You're just like, okay.
And you thought,
I
why
can
aren't they
see
down 18?
I can see where this is going.
Yeah, and you looked at Paul George, and it looked like Paul George of last year, where it was like, dude, he's forcing stuff, so many bad turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
And they obviously took halftime and calmed down, came back out third quarter. Him and Schroeder led this incredible quick comeback.
Yeah,
went up, and then it was really back and forth pretty much all the way till the end. Even that 8 points. Like it was a 4-point game with like 20 some odd seconds left. Like it wasn't that far. Like the Thunder were at least somewhat in it at the end. I had just a few other things like where I think I want to be a Ferguson defender for a second, which is funny because I also sent the text that said Schroeder should be the. And there we have some Twitter questions as part of this as well. But Ferguson, I think we would give number one is he's going to be scrutinized above pretty much everybody else. Diallo, the expectations are low enough where it doesn't matter. Like, just come in and be Diallo. It's fine. Ferguson, it's like it's time for you to make a leap. But it's also he was pretty good on defense, and we didn't give him. Nobody's rarely given him too much credit for the way he played Clay. But the other thing is like we also have to trust that he is going to improve as well. And this is coming from the guy. Like literally, all I'm sending throughout the game is Alex Abrinas, please play all
more,
the time,
right?
And so I don't know. I just feel like I was a little harder on Ferg. I think a lot of people.
Jay, why would you defend a 20-year-old
right,
that has only played one season in the NBA and one game in his second season? Why in the world? Like he's done. He's cooked. They should just waive him.
Yeah, it's time. So he ended up playing 27 minutes. Abrinas played 23, which it's good. I think the question, and we'll answer some of this here in a minute, will be kind of what that rotation looks like. Maybe tonight, according to Doc Rivers, tonight.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, I know. And so we'll see. And then also, I mean, it's hard not to look at that team and just be so jacked about what the second unit's going to look like.
Yeah, you feel like we finally have a bench that's competent.
I don't even think what's funny is that's like the baseline level of us being excited is like, are they competent? But the truth is like one of the top bench units.
If Schroeder goes to the bench, then yeah.
One of the top bench units in the league.
Yeah, I think Noel will be really productive. I think I've always been an Abrinas fan. If Hamidou Diallo can develop into a real rotation player, it's a really solid group. And so they're going to play the five of those guys together quite a bit, probably, especially when Schroeder is moved to the bench. And you feel okay about that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel really excited about that. I liked what I saw from Nerlens for the most part. I thought and it's just one game, one preseason, one training camp. Like I get all of that. But it's all of those identifiers of Nerlens that I feel like I haven't seen as part of any aspect of who he is.
Like the laziness.
Yeah, the laziness and not a team player and eating hot dogs. And some of that's because he has a role.
Mm-hmm.
Some of that's because he's taking to this team as this is my year to really get back into it.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I really, really have appreciated what I've seen from him on the floor, and it'll be so nice. I was watching some of the games, and obviously watched the Jazz, and I'm like, the Thunder should be pretty excited about that matchup.
Yeah, to
be able to go out there with Favors and Rudy and match up. Now I think Patrick Patterson can do that too, but I don't know, man. It's hard to have a loss that gets you as excited as that first loss did for the Thunder, and so
it was weird. I think most people feel that way.
Yeah.
Because I think that you're going into Golden State without Russell Westbrook. I mean, like those are the only two sentences that you need, right, to know that they're not going to win the game. And so they played well. I thought Patterson was disappointing. I didn't think that he played well. I thought that his shot selection was pretty terrible. He didn't play the role that we thought he would. Hopefully, the Thunder will push him into that role a little bit more, where he's just like he's a floor spacer that's going to defend, and like that needs to be it. I don't care who your mismatch is in the post. Like Patrick Patterson's never been a post guy. That can't happen again. And
no, that for me it was rhythm. Like he totally had a rhythm in the first quarter, and for a guy that most of your expectations are to be a shooter, like rhythm's killer.
Yeah.
Like he's stuck if he cannot find rhythm on the offensive end. And so I do expect him to be better. I expect him to bounce back tonight as well. I do not think, I mean, at least the experience of Billy Donovan, I don't think there's any lineup changes coming.
So if Russell plays tonight,
Mhm.
what's your expectation for like who's out of the rotation?
Yeah, so we see, who is it? Somebody, I want to just make sure we give credit
Yeah, I was
for
going
this.
to say, is it
So
yeah.
at Aces Tabor 777 asks a question about rotation, and then also at DM Winter 0886 ask about rotation, specifically Raymond Felton. So the difference is what do I want? What do I think is going to happen, right?
Mhm.
So, I mean, I think the 3 wings I want to see in rotation, the only 3 wings, and I'm not counting Schroeder.
The ones that played, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
I think if I'm going to let anybody lose minutes, it's Ray Felton.
Yeah.
Now that's a personal vendetta. But it's also, I think that, I don't know. I think all 3 of those wings, Diallo, Ferguson, and Abrinas, brought and showed something that makes me think I'd rather have them on the floor. Let Schroeder run your second offense. That's it.
Does it surprise you that Felton averaged the most dribbles per touch
No,
on the team?
nothing ever with that guy surprises me. And I love the idea of Ray Felton as far as a locker room guy, as far as a bench guy, as far as a come in and, chuck up a couple threes when the offense really bogs down. But I just don't think that's really going to be needed anymore. It shouldn't be needed anymore.
And he was strictly a backup. I mean, he just played the minutes that Schroeder didn't. He didn't come and play alongside him. So that does lead me to believe that if Russell does play tonight, that we won't see him.
Yeah, he only played 14 minutes. And he was also bad, Ray, which is, less than ideal. 0 for 3, 1 for 5 for the field. But I do expect Felton to be squeezed out.
Yeah.
And I will be very, very sad tonight if it's Abrinas that gets squeezed out.
I mean, he played.
It feels like it'd be Diallo, right?
He played 23 minutes. I don't know. I think Diallo will still play.
But if Ray is the guy that
if Ray plays,
it would be Diallo. It looks like like according to Billy that's your rotation. Ferguson, first one off the bench was Alex.
Well, you'll be real surprised when TLC is the first one off the bench tonight.
If you're going to do that, just put Deontay on the floor.
I'm just saying. Like,
maybe
those guys will play.
I think they're going to give him a shot for sure.
Nader will play. TLC will play at some point, and one of these guys won't. Whether it's Diallo, Abrinas, Ferguson, even when Dre's back.
I don't think Nader is a guy. I don't know if like
How do
I'm
you
saying.
know?
I'm saying like I haven't even seen him as a person. Does he exist?
Oh,
he's like a human being. Like does he exist?
Oh yeah, I've seen him. He's got a great personality.
Now also is it Tyler Davis?
It's a 2-way contract.
But he's traveling with the team and suiting up.
Yeah, he and Deontay did, but
okay.
I mean,
yeah, I'm like, why are they here?
Just giving them some experience, man.
Let them travel with the team.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if TLC plays tonight. And that's fine. I want to see what he can do. I mean, you've got to figure out what these guys can do, so you can really figure out.
The Clippers are good. Does. Like the Clippers
are they? You think so?
They're a fine NBA team. They're not a team that is just going to roll over.
We'll see about that.
No, thank you, Luke. You just read my mind.
We'll see about that.
I don't know. I don't know what to think of the Clippers.
They have a lot of depth, and Doc Rivers I think he's a good coach, and so to me, to really see if this team is different, if this Thunder team is different, I need to see them put up a good performance against the Clippers and the Kings.
Oh, they need to smash tonight and Sunday.
Yeah, especially if Russell plays. I mean, the expectation needs to be lower, obviously, if Russell doesn't play.
Yeah, they just barely smash.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's 15-point win.
Smush.
They just smush them.
Hey, guys, you know what I want to talk about? Anthem beer.
Ooh.
They are a beer company. For those that don't know, if you don't know what beer is, it's a delicious beverage, and you feel good when you drink it. I do at least. They are great. They've got their tap room, where you can go and see where they make the beer. They have specialty beers there that are only available. They have music acts that come in and out of there. They got events. Man, it's great. You got to go check it out. But right now, what they've got is their Ogletoberfest, which is their spin on an Oktoberfest beer.
Oh yeah,
and it is my favorite. I went a few weekends ago and got 12. I've been drinking on it ever since. They're great. I'm done with them now. I gotta go re-up. But it's very, very, very good. Then it's also starting to get colder. So I'm about to switch to their Ouroboros, which is my personal favorite of their beers.
Good.
And then you got the OK Pills, always good to drink. Golden one, always good. Guys, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
If
and you can
listen-
always, just a reminder, you can find it now at Walmart.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's true. I saw some OK Pills at my Walmart.
For
neighborhood
sure.
Walmart.
Golden one.
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felt
Anthem
good.
is a great company, a great place to go hang out. Spend your weekend there. Literally, wake up on Saturday, get over there, don't go home till that evening.
Yeah, if you're coming in town for a Thunder game, go there before, have a drink or two.
Yeah, I mean it's right downtown. I mean,
Yeah.
you can quick Uber drive from there to the
quick
theater, the arena.
A quick bird scoot over.
Oh yeah, a lime.
A lime.
Ooh.
Y'all done those?
No. Have you?
No, I have not.
Have you not? I have actually.
Is it fun?
Yeah, I'm such a
Describe to people what we're talking about. Most people don't know what we're talking
really.
about.
I feel like we were like the last city to get them.
I'm just
So
I'm just saying
this
there's probably a lot of
trend,
people
this
that don't know.
craze has taken over Oklahoma City over the last probably month and a half.
Crazy. Sweeping
Sweeping the nation. It is a
motorized scooter.
motorized scooter companies.
And
So
you have
there's
a little app. You pay.
A buck a minute, or no, it's not
It's,
a buck
it's
a minute.
way less than that.
A buck a mile,
It's
maybe.
it's $1 to start, and then it's like 10 cents like a mile. or
That's it.
something.
That's it. So it's anyway. It's actually a really fun way to get all over town.
Can't do it at OSU. They're banned from campus.
Are they really?
Yes.
Well, and they're starting to make their way everywhere, and so there's eventually a point where it gets like a little crazy, and they're
Do people
everywhere.
use them for transportation or just for fun?
I think both. I think I've seen people like when you're downtown and you're going to get some ice cream, or you're going
That's
to
fun.
get a beverage.
I think it's
Yeah.
more for fun.
And if there's one on the ground, you like grab it and you can go like, oh, I'm gonna go to Fassler Hall, and then you get on it. You're right over there.
And where do you do with it when you're done with it?
Just leave it.
you sign out on the app and you drop it wherever it is.
Yep. And then what happens is somebody that's leaving Fassler Hall grabs it and takes it. And then at 9:00 they all shut off. And then there's this collection of people who have signed up to be chargers. And you can go down and you load up to, I mean, really, like I have a friend that does 20 of them. He'll load them up, takes them to his house, charges them all up, takes them back down there in the morning, and he gets like $5 a charge.
Yeah.
Overnight. So it's $100 a night.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Muy interesante.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, and you know what you can do? Take one of those Anthem.
Yeah. So Anthem, take one there and drink a beer there. Drink two there.
Have them bunch. Support the people that support us.
They are
Anthem
great.
Brewing Company live music tonight, Saturday night. Just a blast down there. They'll have TV
And when you're
set
there,
up.
when you're there at their tap room, get a specialty beer. The only
You have to.
available there.
You got to.
And you just gotta see it. You can kind of see like stuff they're working on. They got some stuff that they age in different barrels that like infuse it with like a bourbon barrel.
They have a tremendous
It's good.
Oktoberfest. Their Oktoberfest is really good. And so make sure you get that before it runs out. It is
That's true.
seasonal.
That's true.
Check it out.
Check it out. All right, guys. So coming up tonight, we're with the Clippers. Sunday night versus the King. Next Thursday, Boston.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
What do you think is going to be next Friday? Where are the Thunder going to stand? What's going to be their record?
2-2.
3-1.
Andrew, I think it's going to be 4-0. They're going to be so good.
They're going to win the game.
They're going to win. They're going to go
Posthumously.
back in time and win.
Overturn the Warriors.
It's going to be
loss.
wild. People are going to be flipping out on it.
Yeah,
3-1. Boston's at home, isn't it?
it is. Yeah.
Boston.
Boston. It's gonna be a baseball game. Hey guys, do you want to answer some Twitter questions?
Twitter questions.
Yeah, man. That's what we do. Yeah, bro.
All right. Our first Twitter question is from @JGG512, who wants to know what percentage from three do we think the team finishes at season end? And what's more likely to improve in the short term, free throw or 3-point percentage?
I think that it's free throw percentage. Although shoots in the 60s against the Warriors. Like, yeah, that's not okay.
Right.
64% from the free throw line. Also, 27% from three is also not a great place to start. They should both be better than that. If they're not, then we're dealing with a really bad NBA team here. I think that both will improve. That free throw percentage needs to be closer to 75. I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
And I think Paul George shoots better than what he did on most
Yeah, he
nights.
was 5 of 8. Russ, obviously, if he can, and I think Alex said this, is if he can bring it back to pre-last year form,
Yeah.
he immediately increases that because, number one, he takes the most of them.
Yeah.
Because that's what you see about the game against the Warriors is it was like a weird collection of guys that shot, like everybody shot free throws, which is good.
It is good.
Except for when they don't make it. And because it's not like one person was like 0 of 6. It was Grant was 2 of 4. Patterson, was like, I think 2 of 3. You had all of these guys that just missed 1 or 2, and it just adds up. And so, so let me just run through this. Over the last 8 years, what's the high? What do you think the highest number percentage-wise the Thunder had?
78.
Sorry. Moving to 3 point. Moving to 3 point.
Oh, 3-pointers.
Sorry.
I thought you were talking
70. Yes. No, some of those Durant Russ years from the free throw line were
they're close to 80, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll look
As a
that up here
team.
as well. But sorry, as far as 3-point percentage, which is the other part of that question.
The highest?
The highest.
34.
No, man, actually surprisingly higher than that a lot.
Yeah.
So
36.
the highest they ever had, they were 3rd in the league in 2012, 2013.
Shoot.
Kevin Martin year. Isn't that
Kevin
Kevin Martin year?
Yeah.
That was they shot 37.7% from the 3-point line.
Wow.
The team was really good, by the way.
Durant, Ibaka, Kmart.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in 37, just to give you context, even that was a while ago, but even last year that would have been the second ranked 3-point percentage in the league. So I don't know. But over the last,
I'd like to know the attempts too. You know what
right?
I mean?
Yeah. It probably was down. I'm assuming, but maybe not. They did shoot a lot that year. Last year, 35.5%. Year before that, 32.7%. That was awful. That was the
bad.
Vic year. That was Russ. That was Russ. Now I do what I want. That's bad.
And Russell actually shot well. It wasn't Russell.
It was not him, man. That's awful. Then 34. They hover around 30, like low 34s, like 34.9 the year before that, 33.9, 36.1.
Yeah.
Obviously, when KD left, that changed it since he's a pretty decent 3-point shooter.
Yeah, and a big idiot.
And a big dum-dum. So if it's 35.4 last year, I mean, what do you think? What's your ideal for them?
I don't know. We were all really excited that Carmelo's not on this team anymore, but he shot pretty well from 3 on the season to bring that average up. Is Patterson going to take enough threes for it to matter? Is he going to make enough for it to matter? I think that's a question. So I think it'll be about the same or maybe a little bit worse.
To be in the top 10, they basically need to shoot 37%.
They won't.
Okay.
Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. Taylor. Hi. It's such a sleepy peepee. Yes.
All
right.
right. Okay.
All right, Taylor. Well, this next Twitter question is for you.
Oh no.
It's from @Cole_Hickson,
Hi Cole.
who wants to know who is the better prospect, T-Ferg or Diallo?
Oh, Diallo, baby. One real game of Diallo, and I was like, okay, fine. Okay,
That's all we need.
Yeah.
Anthony Morrow shot 29% that season
Yeah.
on
Whoa.
three attempts per game.
That stuck you, man. You're like, I got to go look at that year.
Yeah.
So
Sheesh.
what year was that? 15?
That was the Russ's Now I Do What I Want year.
16, 17.
Oh.
They shot 32.7% from the 3-point line that year.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Well, Russ shot pretty good from 3
That's
that
what we
year. I
said.
remember
Yeah.
that.
It's like
He's
Russ was good.
34.
Everybody else was god awful.
Yeah.
Back to the question. Diallo or Ferguson?
Why?
Diallo.
What do you like? What did you like about Diallo against the
The
Warriors?
same thing that we were saying throughout all of preseason. He just hustles really hard. He ends up finding like a reason for him to be on the court. There was one play in particular on offense. I remember him.
Jeremy Grant drives to the basket.
Yeah.
Didn't have a clear shot. Instead, like Diallo, what Ferguson would have done was just stand there and watch him.
Diallo cut
cuts.
in behind him and got into the paint and got a ball and made a basket.
Just a miracle that Jeremy Grant had his head up and saw him.
totally.
Can you imagine being a rookie and your first defensive assignment is go out there and guard Klay Thompson.
You get Clay.
Yeah.
He doesn't stop moving. Good luck.
The good
Yeah.
thing is Clay was off the whole night, so he didn't look bad.
And then,
I mean, he was getting
He
fouled.
got some dumb fouls,
Yeah,
but
he got some fouls.
that's absolutely to be expected.
is it because of the beard?
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know, man.
too heavy.
We're gonna get this question, but whose look am I digging? Klay Thompson's.
Are you?
Really
Oh,
Okay.
dude, I freaking have a
interesting.
weird love for that guy.
I thought you
He's
were going to say
awesome.
something else.
Anything else from Diallo? I mean, obviously he's an incredible he's an incredible athlete.
An incredible
but,
Fergman.
but Ferguson is as well. I'd like
Did
to
you
see
did
a
you
little
see
bit more
him do
from Hamidou.
much?
Who? Ferguson?
Yeah,
He's invisible on the offensive end.
I know.
Invisible.
I mean, there were times I was like, okay, I'm just going to watch him. Like, I'm not going to see what the balls do. I'm just going to watch him. He's like positioning himself away from the action
Yeah,
at times, like on the baseline. I was
I-
like, what is it? What's he doing?
I think he thinks that if he's far away, then he makes space. But the thing is, players don't respect you if you don't shoot the ball.
Here's what happened.
score.
Billy grabbed him by the collar before the game, and he looked him in the eye and he said, "You are Andre Robertson tonight.
Yeah,
You, in every way, are Andre Robertson." He said, "Okay." He defended his butt off, and he just stayed away from the basketball.
he defended his butt
But
off.
Dre is so much more present on offense.
Yeah,
Like there are games where he floats
Yeah.
to the corner, and it's like, just stop doing that. Nobody wants you there.
I'm just
But
saying, Ferg thought he couldn't shoot.
yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
And when he finally got that shot, it was at the end of the game. Huge shot. Could have
Wide
been
open,
right back into it.
Should have made that stupid shot.
And he forced it so
he looked
bad.
so scared.
I know.
He's like,
So-
I don't really want to do this.
But he's got, I mean, it's like, I think, and that's obviously a confidence thing. But dude, this team trusts him and they like him. Like,
Yeah.
dude, just
Man,
do
after-
you.
Man, it's one game. Let's just cut him.
Just wave him.
Got
He
him.
shouldn't be on
Get
this
rid
team.
of
Diallo,
anymore. He's
man.
20.
you know what else I realized after this
Get
one
him out
game?
of here.
Billy doesn't have the cojones, man. He just. I'm joking, by the way. Jay.
Okay, good.
Don't
I
get
was
I don't
mad.
know what you're like. What in reference to?
I'm making a reference
balls.
to mock the people who
I know
are
that.
ready.
I knew
to
that one. I got that.
Cojones means
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not ready to fire Billy either.
Man, if he would have just made the right rotations, we would have won.
I know, man. Actually, I
True.
really liked that he put Hamidou Diallo in the game.
Yeah.
I liked what he did.
Andrew cautioned us to be ready to see TLC tonight.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, that's just, like, just be ready for Billy.
Yeah.
We're all like, yeah, probably.
Billy Ball.
Hey, the year that the Thunder were that good, what did I say, 37.7%, it was on 19.4 attempts. It's
Which
kinda
is
low.
crazy
That's
because teams now, what's normal? 29%, 29 attempts per game, probably. For a team that's not the Rockets, even.
So the Rockets had 48 attempts against the Pelicans.
Oh my God.
The Hornets had 38 attempts.
Did you guys watch the Pelicans game?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about it. There's some Twitter
We
questions.
got
Okay,
our
okay,
next
okay.
Twitter question is about that. It is from Ben Elephant King, who wants to know how long does it take the Rocket fans to stop thinking Melo is just having off nights to realizing they've made a huge mistake?
Can you say benevolent?
Yes. Benevolent.
There it is,
Nice.
man.
It's so much easier. I figured out it's so much easier if you read the word like it's written out. It's so much easier.
Weird.
What a
Yeah.
terrible,
so,
Wow.
so much easier.
terrible epiphany you just
Yeah.
had.
Huh.
If you read words, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
If you read words the way they're spelled.
Now I think of it in my head. I think
This is almost as
benevolent.
earth-shatteringly important for the world as drinking beers out of cold mugs.
I know, man.
Yeah.
It because I
Looks
had
like
so much,
Reading helps
I had
pronunciation.
so much practice at the 7-hour pod, but I never like wrote it out and read it.
yeah.
Then I got home, I did. And I was like, this makes so much sense.
Add this to
Benevolent.
Luke's list of lukewarm life hacks.
Yeah, for real.
Boom. Read it. Easier to say.
I'm making a Facebook post.
Luke
YouTube
Warm
video.
Life Hacks. LWLH, man.
Yeah,
good.
baby.
I'll hit you some more later.
Hey, you know how a good way to get your pants dry? Put them in the dryer.
I've never
Yeah.
thought of that.
Hey, if you don't have a dryer, hang them up.
Hey, you know what's a great way to be a bunch of buttholes? Make fun of me on the podcast. Hey guys, answer the Twitter question. Rockets.
Yeah,
Mellow. Dick.
Melo didn't anymore
And
because he wasn't in the playoffs
Yeah.
in the second half of the season. And it was like, okay, what's going on here? Like, we're just like, okay.
Clearly, it's Russell's fault, and so he needs a new environment.
The position that they're putting him in, I mean, they're putting him out there. Like PJ Tucker and Melo were often like the two bigs on the floor. Like, you're going to get destroyed.
Yeah.
Especially against Anthony Davis, Julius Randle, and Nicholas Mirotic.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Like, what are you doing? And why are you letting Melo take? He's 2 steps in
Dude,
from the 3-point line.
That shot was so sad.
I couldn't believe he tried to hit a face-up jumper in Anthony Davis' face.
And also,
He got blocked immediately.
that, and then when he drove to the basket and tried to put it up and missed it, got his offensive rebound and just got blocked into oblivion by Davis again. Anthony Davis was freaking amazing.
He's gonna be MVP.
He was amazing.
He might be MVP.
I mean, if we were calling it today,
one game
yes.
Now becoming maybe the greatest opening night player of all time. Like if you look like his last 4 years,
really?
He's just like dominating. He had years ago and lost like 35 and 20 last year or something stupid.
He's so good.
The difference is they blew out a really good team though.
Yeah,
the first night.
At least we
really good team.
But I think it's time to call it.
I went to the just to kind of, and
that was
they were not as freaking out as I would hope they would have been.
Right?
Dang it.
They were actually like very, very calm. I'm like,
right.
dude, but wasn't any good.
Why Carter Williams so much? That's my question.
Here. So you want to know what makes me annoyed about the Rockets? It's not James Harden. It's a little bit Chris Paul. Carter Williams has been bad everywhere he's gone. He's terrible.
Can I say this about
Brandon Knight? Like it's all of these moves that are just mind-numbing.
It's really crazy. And then you say, "Oh, we'll just bring in Carmelo to fill in the gaps." Smith has only 6.
Yeah.
And that's everything has come from the Harden thing. All the success and all the reputation for Daryl Morey has come from getting James Harden, and everything that allows
He's done.
absolutely come after that.
He's like the roster he put together last year was like you forget about the fact that Eric Gordon and Ryan Anderson together had played like 30 games over 3 years in the for the New Orleans, which I'm sure all the New Orleans fans must have been really excited that they all of a sudden found the well of life. But it's just one of those things for me. Like, obviously that they also had 2 years after Harden was there where they built this really weird roster that was not good. They weren't very good.
Dwight Howard.
It was really bad.
Yeah.
You remember when didn't they get swept in the first round?
No, they won the first round. Dwight Howard was good in the playoffs.
No.
They got beat by
different
Portland.
times. I'm talking. There's 2 different seasons in there. I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There's one where they literally just got smashed. It was the year that Harden was doing the Olay defense and like all those different things. Like for some reason, Oklahoma City loses Kevin Durant, and those 2 years following, there's such a high expectation on Russell Westbrook that he dragged a team that shot 32% from the 3-point line, dragged them past the Houston Rockets, and he doesn't get a pass. But James Harden,
well, when they lost to the Spurs, remember in Game 6?
Yeah,
I mean
absolutely.
they were supposed like the
without
Spurs had
Kawhi Leonard.
They didn't have Kawhi. They had nobody.
Yeah,
and then Manu blocks James Harden there at the end. But like Harden, you're right. Harden and Morey and everybody get a pass every year for all of this.
Yes.
Just because I mean Harden's game is more aesthetically pleasing and he's a better shooter and things like that. And so people,
except for the year that he won,
give him the pass.
won the MVP and outshot him from the 3-point line. But I think the other thing that's crazy in that is the fact that like you even look towards Game 7 of the Warriors series.
Yeah.
like Chris Paul's injured, and obviously that changes the game. But I think James Harden shot 3 of 70 from the 3-point line. Like
The whole team did. The whole team
the
sucked.
whole team fell apart.
Yeah.
You know, which is not abnormal. Like I'm not saying that's not the game. Like they had a really good season. Like that was if there's one season that you can look at more and look at Harden and say like that was it. Obviously it was last year.
Mm-hmm.
But to be able to look at him and not feel like there's a blemish on him, because of some of the things he's done, is just a ridiculously biased take for the Rockets.
Well, I think their biggest problem is that they oftentimes don't take into account like relationships on the team and chemistry.
Something like that though. Like
Yeah,
in his life, I don't know. Is he a very emotional guy? You think? Doesn't really seem like it. Feels like a robot.
I mean, it's
to
like,
me.
okay, Michael Carter Williams, he won Rookie of the Year a while ago. Let's get him. He was pretty good. Let's get Melo. He's a big name. Let's get him. You know, I mean, the Chris Paul deal was a great deal for them. Ended up being really awesome for them. I mean, it won't. I don't know that it'll be so awesome in 2 years when they're paying him like $45 million and he's, you know, who knows, because he gets hurt every year. But yeah, I think the Melo deal. It's hard to say it's a mistake because he's on a minimum deal.
And we're also one game in.
It's one game in, but like the 27 minutes might even prove to be too many.
Guys, question. Rye Hendrickson, who says, hot take, Houston does not have home court advantage come playoff time. Hashtag Melo effect.
I'm not quite ready to bail on this team.
And also remember the Thunder had home court advantage in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, which is nuts.
It's hard to remember that.
Yeah, that is weird.
So obviously not ready to throw the Rockets out.
Taylor's like, what?
That is,
I
it's
think
confusing and
they
it
were the
makes
4
me feel
seed.
sick.
They're the 4 seed.
But that, I guess last year was the year that was like there was 1.5 games between the 3 seed and the 9 seed.
and the games that the Thunder beat the Jazz earlier, because they beat them 3 times because they played like 3 times in 2 weeks in November, December.
Yeah.
And like 2 of them without Gobert. And it was before the Jazz figured it all out. They won the tiebreak over them.
Yeah.
So I'm not obviously ready to bail on the Jazz or the Rockets. The Rockets may run off 15 in a row. And I mean, who knows?
They're
I think
still
this
gonna
team's
be
still
really
really
good.
good. But I just think to look at this team and not say that there is some sort of like they actually obviously not as good as last year. There's obviously something there's a chink in their armor a little bit to look at it. And I think that the Melo coming off the bench, as much as it is everybody's acting like it's something, dude, read body language, read nonverbals, read the way he plays. Like, dude, he is not handling that well.
Who?
No.
Melo coming off the bench.
Because did you hear his interview with Rachel Nichols?
Yeah.
Where he was like, yeah, I understand my role now, and they're just going to communicate with me like what they want. Like he didn't like even say like, yeah, I'm okay with being a bench player. He basically said, I'm really not, but I understand my role.
Yeah.
It was a weird answer. Like you could tell that like there's an internal struggle with him
for sure
when he was answering that, because he didn't really answer the question, because he was just like, yeah, like that's what they're asking me to do. That's not really what I want to do, and I know I have a lot more to give. Like when he answers that like that every time, like I know what I can give to this team. It's like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
No,
you really don't.
And
you
really have no clue.
And you're actually not even following the role what they want you to do already in the first game.
Yeah.
Because I saw you take so many ISO face up, pull up jumpers.
And he also
from 2.
He can't guard any power forwards either.
He can't guard anyone.
I know. That's bad.
He can't.
It's bad.
And the James Ennis stuff, I mean, that's real. I mean, there'll be nights where he's like 5 of 5 from 3. I was like, yeah, take that Trevor Ariza. But like, we started the summer when they didn't re-sign those guys, saying, man, what a huge loss for the Rockets. And then somehow people have changed the narrative to, those guys weren't that good anyways.
For real.
Let's go get anyone that is, 6'7", can fit in with the Rockets and become those guys. Like people somehow bought into that narrative. And it's like, okay, it's probably somewhere in the middle where James Ennis he'll be fine, but he is not a Trevor Ariza replacement.
Yes.
Like he's not nearly as good as he is. He doesn't have the experience. And the dude has never gotten a contract worth, a rotation player's money. Like he never has. And there's a reason for that. Like he's been on teams like, you think that he played for Memphis. Memphis has been desperate for any wing that can do anything.
Just be on the court
and they let him
basketball
walk.
player.
They let him walk.
And
like that has to tell you something.
And before they let him walk, they let him play a lot.
Yeah.
Too. James Ennis was in that rotation pretty
Right.
heavy minutes, and they still were like, you know what? We saw enough of you.
I watched James Ennis get so miffed standing in the corner as MCW's driving to the basket to miss a layup. He's just standing there, just like clapping his hands, just like he's just visibly frustrated. And I just wonder if it's maybe a personality thing with him. I have no idea. I mean, I'm just taking that's you should not even.
I would say
just pretend I didn't even say that.
No one knows James Ennis.
Right. But
James Anus. Sorry, Jim's Anus.
That's my favorite Office episode.
Jim's Anus.
When you see Jim's anus. Hey, let's move to our next Twitter question.
Ew.
It comes from @Alan_Miller12, who wants to know, are we surprised by anything from the first few NBA games?
What surprised you the most? I think the Rockets thing was surprising. I didn't think that
shocking.
I didn't think
when I
that they
turned it
would
on,
roll
they were
over.
down 20. I was like, oh,
Yeah, that was surprising.
they play. Here's what's fun, just for a heads up: the Rockets and the Lakers play tomorrow night at 8:30.
You're right.
No, 9:30. Sorry,
That's a fun.
on ESPN.
At Lakers.
At
Oh
LA.
my god, Lakers didn't look that bad against Portland last
Yeah,
night.
I told Andrew this before we started. I'm not sure if both of them are good or both of them are not
The
very
Lakers
good.
Yeah.
play. I mean, it was a close game down to the end, and then the Blazers just hit a ton of shots.
Also, I'll tell you all this. If you want to join me, let me know. I'm going back to betting game lines this season.
All right, man.
Okay.
So here's what I want you to do: is I want you to start telling me every week, like 2 or 3 lines that people should jump on that you're going to bet on,
Oh, I don't work that way, bro.
that you're going to jump on.
Oh, that I'm gonna jump
Yeah,
on.
not that other people should.
Okay, here's something that was surprising and almost depressing. Is Karl Towns
Oh man.
took 6 shots,
Dude.
fouled out in 22 minutes. Gorgie Jang took more shots and played more minutes than he did in that first game. And Jimmy Butler took 23 shots. Wiggins took 18. Teague was great. He took 12 shots, and I don't have any problem with that. But Karl Towns took 6 shots.
And he just got
6.
paid to be their number 1 player.
Derrick Rose took double the amount of shots. Double.
Yeah,
He was
If
3
I
of
was
12,
Karl Anthony
8
Towns,
points.
I would
for-
have demanded Tibbs to be fired on the spot.
I don't- that's
cannot
not
believe
Karl-
Tibbs has a job.
Can you believe this?
Wait a second,
Dude,
wait,
it's
wait.
absolutely on Tibbs. You can say it's on
No.
Karl Anthony Towns to go demand the ball. That's fine. But you also have a guy who literally is coaching the team and letting. There's obviously something going on.
With a big guy, you have to have a team oriented to get you the ball, right?
Very different.
They obviously don't give a crap about giving Towns the ball. At least they didn't in this one game.
Is there something,
Dude, but big like Steve can get 12 shots. They're not looking to get maybe more this year than in the past. Luke
What do you
has
mean?
poop problems. What?
I don't know what you mean. Explain yourself.
Well, I think are you guys not arguing
If the
that
team
you
di-
have to
if
have
the-
a team to get the ball?
But if the team
Yeah.
didn't want to get Steve the ball,
They
Steve doesn't
wouldn't.
get the ball.
Yeah.
He doesn't go demand the ball.
But I'm saying Steve puts himself in positions where the team is like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go get the ball, or he goes and crashes the offensive
Yeah,
glass,
I-
or he runs pick and roll,
Yeah,
or
but
he runs.
The difference between
See, I don't
Steve
know. I don't know
and,
if Karl
and
Anthony. Oh,
the-
my bad.
the
Sorry.
difference between Steve and Towns is like the difference
Offensively?
between me and Yao
Karl
Ming
Anthony
in
Towns.
height, right?
Right.
Like Towns could be the best offensive center ever.
Yes.
He should have the ball. They should run the offense through him.
Yes,
Yes.
like Denver does Jokic.
But the thing is,
That's a scheme, man.
Towns. Yes, but Towns is getting they're passing him the ball and he's passing it on. He wasn't being aggressive.
See, I can't speak really with that much certainty because I watch parts of it, man. But I feel like every time I watch, Karl Anthony Towns wasn't on the floor,
Well, he
Right.
was in foul trouble.
only played
a lot.
22 minutes.
which
He was
is
in foul
part of
trouble.
it. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that. But obviously, like this is not the first time that they've not used Karl Anthony Towns well.
No,
This is not.
I
street
don't know. It
basketball.
just it feels like a cat thing.
Hey, you
to
know
me.
what felt bad is that whole entire game. I flipped over to the game multiple times.
you
I was
just,
like, this
like,
game is
You
awful.
feel like sick watching it. You're just like,
It's
oh, this is not
awful.
the Spurs.
No. So,
No. Like,
so
DeRozan did hit the game-winning shot though.
Yeah.
Pretty
Great.
exciting.
what do you think
job.
about that, man?
About what?
DeRozan.
I think the Spurs look so mediocre good now, and you can't be mediocre good in the West.
They're gonna steamroll people with just competence.
I don't know, but yeah,
really
for
are.
sure.
And like
The hard-
turnaround jumpers from LaMarcus Aldridge.
So
Who was awesome.
He was great.
So I had
He
some.
had 21 and 19.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
So I had some other things that surprised me. The Pacers beat Memphis by 28 points.
Killed them.
Can we do top 5 power rankings?
Hold
after
on.
5 games?
Yeah, we have that
That's
later.
on coming up here in a minute. The Magic. I watched them play the Heat.
They look okay.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon looks just like Blake Gordon or Blake Griffin.
And they tried to just piss that game away.
I mean, I did watch the end of it too. I was like, what
Fournier.
are y'all doing? Fournier missed 2 free throws.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like,
oh
okay,
Lord.
It felt like the Celtics Thunder game.
And then Josh Richardson, stepped out of bounds.
Right. Richardson really saved
Oh
the
my
day
God.
for the Orlando stepping out of bounds.
Mo Bamba looked like a basketball player.
He looked good.
He
man.
did look awesome.
It was crazy. Like
He's fun.
he was the guy I least expected to be a basketball player immediately, probably. Jaren Jackson was okay. The dunk
Yeah.
of the first night was dadgummit, Alonzo Greer.
Yeah.
From
Trier.
from
Trier.
Arizona.
Yeah.
She's the dunk you have for the Knicks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Knicks were kind of surprising. I mean, they played
Yeah,
the Hawks.
played
They were
the
the
Hawks.
worst team in the NBA.
They're awful.
Uh,
They're truly awful.
But the Knicks look like they could be have a good offense.
yeah, I think
their
they'll make
defense. is gonna
You're
be
trying to
good.
say that we're going to make the playoffs?
Yeah,
so
close. To, yeah.
DeAndre Ayton was so good for the Suns in their opener.
Man,
he's a beast.
He is a beast. And Doncic kind of faded out after the first quarter. He was really fun, had an awesome assist to DeAndre. And the Mavs, I think we all drank that Kool-Aid way too quickly. When I started seeing their rotation players come in, and I'm like, oh.
I think we kind of underestimated the Suns and what they did this summer. Like the Suns are going to be like a team. And Devin Booker was freaking amazing.
Josh Jackson was pretty good too.
Yeah.
And Trevor Ariza was really good that
Trevor
game
Ariza-
too.
Oh,
He
he's a
had
good
like
player.
17,
surprising.
7, and 4 assists or something like that.
Isaiah Cannon.
Yeah. Brian Anderson.
Yeah.
Their point guard position is so funny. And then the last one is maybe the most surprising outcome of the opening week.
Yeah.
The Sacramento Kings
Mm-hmm.
and the Utah Jazz, like the final was like 125 to
123, 117.
Yeah, 123 to 117. The Kings scored 117 points on number one, NBA team.
Yeah.
Number two, the Utah Jazz.
It'd be surprised if they scored 117 in a scrimmage.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
Against
yeah,
themselves.
Yeah.
Their,
Adding
was it
both
their blue black scrimmage.
Right.
Bagley, Marvin
Yeah.
Bagley. Why was he the number 2 overall pick?
And they didn't even play him that much.
Because Kings.
I
I
mean,
just can't-
he's not bad, but it's
No,
like
he's gonna be a fine rotation player. But you had guys on the board, man.
yeah.
Some guys on the board.
Bagley.
Hey, but their starting lineup killed it.
Yeah,
Buddy
it was
Hield 19 points. De'Aaron Fox 21. Yogi Ferrell.
was he their starting small forward?
Why was he on the court?
I don't know, but had 12 points on 7 shots. Willie Cauley-Stein, his line 23 points, 2 blocks, a steal, 4 assists, 7 boards.
Wow.
And Bielitsa 18 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal.
I'll tell you who does not look like an NBA player is Bielitsa.
Why not, man?
I don't know. You watch him
You like his
play, and you're like,
haircut?
who's this? Who
His
is this
shot-
kind of weird looking
got a
white
nice-
dude
He does
that's
look
running
kinda
all over the
weird.
court?
I think it's Bajelica.
It is Bajelica.
I think so.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
the Kings shot better from 3 than the Thunder and the Warriors.
It makes sense though. They did add players that can shoot threes in Heald and Bielitsa.
Buddy Hield's good.
But Heald is
He was
good.
only
They
one.
only
he was
shot.
only one off
They only
one.
shot 19 3-pointers though.
Yeah,
The Thunder shot, I
that's
think, what,
weird.
75?
they shot
37?
30s. Yeah, that's
Was
great.
it 37?
It's very exciting.
That
It
is
is
a
if they
lot.
make them though.
Just give me
Which
the
is funny. I
attempts.
saw some take, and I can't remember when it was or where it was, but somebody's like, "That's way too many 3-pointers." I'm like, no, shoot all of the 3-pointers.
You know what?
We need to double that number.
Welcome to 2019.
They weren't forced threes though. I felt like they were good shots.
Most of them.
Especially when they were finally running Abrinas off like curl screens.
Oh my god.
What in the world? Why is it taking this long to start doing that with him?
Oh,
He's
let's
done
play.
it.
Let's play Alex's.
He's done it.
He has.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
thought
okay.
Alex was so good on
He
offense.
was good. What do you think about Jeremy Grant taking 4 threes?
Fine.
I feel-
Shoot him.
Okay, good.
How
That's
many
what
he
I'm
hit?
at, too.
2?
He shot
One.
him with
Just one.
so much confidence
Yes,
too.
take the threes with confidence,
Yeah.
please, everybody,
Yeah.
especially
Ferguson.
Terrence Berg, man.
You got a lot to lose.
Ferguson's
Berg.
going to score double digits tonight. Book it.
I think.
Ugh,
I
he
think
won't.
this. I
yes,
think.
he will.
I think that Russell will help Terrence Ferguson a lot.
And we had a question from Ben Elephant King about that too.
What is
earlier.
it?
It was earlier. It's
Have
fine.
we talked about the Suns?
Yeah, that's the one we just talked about.
That's all we talked about.
Boy,
Do you
I
love
was
it?
excited about that.
So Jesse Smith says, will Russ's return to the lineup change T. Ferg's confidence level? Also, is it okay to refer to him as Turd Ferguson?
Yes,
Turd
it-
Ferguson,
Yes, it is.
I think, yes. There were many times where Ferg was wide open. A couple alley-oop attempts that he ran the floor and nobody saw him. And in the corner, a couple times he was wide open, nobody saw him. And I think Russell just has better court vision than anybody else on the team.
Oh, yeah. And
So-
Russ also finds the corners, it seems like, at least in one game, better than Schroeder does, too.
Yeah, he's a better passer. He's
Yeah.
a better point guard.
Yeah, and well, I mean, it's like how do we all of a sudden? It's like Russell Westbrook is still one of the top 7 greatest players in the NBA, and it's just like we just
7, bro.
somehow underrated or
You're doing it
forget
right
that.
You
now.
just forget. You just forget how
I just didn't
impactful
want
he
to take.
is.
I didn't want to take too hot of a step.
You can say 5.
He's one of the top 3.
You can say 5. I
He's
think.
also going to take a ton of shots.
Who, Russ?
He's going to take a lot
Dude.
of shots.
Here's the deal. Just wait for the text message tonight for me whenever he's playing off ball tonight with Schroeder.
He's
Just
playing
wait
tonight
for
for sure, right?
Nah, we don't know.
Doc Rivers said that.
Doc Rivers said
He's
that.
still listed as out. He's still listed.
It
as
could
out.
change today. What's funny is if you watch this warm up, I was telling, I think I sent the group text this. Like, you watched his warm up against the Warriors, and like, he's doing stuff that, like, on my healthiest days, I couldn't imagine doing.
Right.
It's like just 2-step smashing the ball and like shooting all over the court and running everywhere. I'm like, he's fine.
Apparently, he
Yeah.
shot 90% from 3 in his warm-ups.
Just wait till he plays off ball and he shoots 40% from
This
the
is
3-point line.
if Russ doesn't play tonight, though. If Russ doesn't play, the
Yeah.
Clippers could beat us.
No, they're not. Get out of here with that.
That's I was trying to say that earlier, and they shut me down.
Are you serious?
Taylor.
I said
The
the Clippers
Clippers-
are trash.
They aren't. They aren't. And Boban is good now.
Oh,
Boban is like really good.
He's been good, man.
He has been good.
He dunked,
but now he's
he
gonna
dunked
play.
the basketball off of
Yeah.
standing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just walks around and
It's
says,
called an.
I'm about to dunk.
He does. It's called an advantage.
smashes
He is
Boban,
always
dude.
Boban's good.
Boban
is
is good.
He just can't play more than 12 minutes a game.
No.
But he's good.
But he scores 15 points in those
He
12
kills
minutes.
people. He killed the Thunder last year.
Noel, he did whenever it was oh gosh, who
Dakari?
did they have on they had Dakari and Boban was killing him, and they're like, Adams, get in there. And
Yeah.
Adams just shoves him out of the way.
Boban's awesome.
Just as a person too.
Follow him on
Yes.
Instagram.
I know,
Yes.
it's fantastic.
He and Tobias Harris.
I
being
watched them-
best friends.
What were
I
they
love
just
that.
eating Subway for like a whole live video last night?
It's
Great.
good. The Clippers are doing a good job of marketing this weird team, though.
Dude,
Yeah.
they would be a team if I was a Clippers fan. Like, I'd be pretty excited that
It'd be fun.
Like, it would
They're-
be.
Yeah. They're
Patrick
gonna be,
Beverly's literally a psychopath.
They're going to be an awesome 10 seed.
Yeah.
For real. Like, they are.
Yeah.
They're a really fun not playoff
They're
team.
really, really great 10 seed.
Also, doesn't this Clippers team feel like it could have been a Nuggets team from like 3 years
It
ago?
does. It
Yeah.
feels like a Nuggets. If the Nuggets team,
Yeah, they got Gallo.
It feels like a post-Mellow Nuggets team.
yeah.
it feels like a Nuggets.
They're very much like that team was.
Yeah.
If the Nuggets married the Grizzlies,
Yeah,
because they got a little bit of grit in them, like a little bit of it's
that's
like
true. That's true.
Gortat and Beverly.
Well, you have like
and-
Montrezl Harrell, who kind of
Yeah.
looks like Kenneth Fareed.
That
True.
does. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yes, they do kind of play that way.
It should be a fun game at least tonight.
Should be fun.
Ooh, fun. Hey, I got a question for you.
Fun.
It comes from at Celois45, who says he's planning on visiting Oklahoma City this year for the first time to watch a Thunder game. Where should he eat in the arena?
That's a good question.
I haven't eaten in the arena in a while.
So
So I don't know. This
supposedly
is not a good
they've
question
added
for
some
me.
new options throughout the arena, but I don't know what they are.
Taco
Okay.
Mayo.
I'll tell you
here's
what
the
I
thing.
do know.
Here's the thing: if they still have it, and I'm not sure they do, somewhere they have a pizza bagel,
Mm.
and it's like a full bagel. I think it's a pizza bagel. It was really good. And maybe a pizza pretzel. It's pizza something. That's not
I've seen the pizza. I think
Pizza
it's a
pretzel.
pizza pretzel.
pizza pretzel, and it was fantastic.
Pizza pretzel.
What do you
Pizza,
eat? You
pizza,
you two are the
pizza.
ones that go
I'll
to
say-
most of the games.
Pizza
You
pretzel.
go in the media, like hot tamales up with Andrew.
Yeah.
Sky
Man.
City.
That pizza
That's-
pretzel was really good.
Pizza pretzel.
You eat
Pizza.
something is it a barbecue sandwich or something upstairs?
There is a really good boneless wing spot upstairs. It's section 315. So
Yes,
if you
it
like
is very
boneless
good.
wings, those are pretty good. Those are actually good. There's good. What else? Downstairs, there's a good burger place.
Yeah.
There
Fancy.
is.
Kind of a fancy burger.
It's kind of a fancy burger place.
But here's the deal. Let me just say this to you.
Okay.
Don't eat at the game.
yeah, don't. Eat before.
Yeah,
Go eat somewhere
before.
else.
Yeah.
Sneak some snacks in.
No,
Don't eat at the game.
Yeah, I will not buy anything at the game.
It's expensive.
Oh my-
Sometimes it's
also,
hard.
$7.50 for a water.
Yeah.
No,
Sometimes it's hard. You gotta eat. I eat at the game
I do not.
because my timing getting back from work is I gotta go
Yeah.
straight there.
I
have
have eaten it.
Also,
again. That's
Luke's
not
rich.
true. He's rich.
I just throw out that money for that water. I could get it for free. I choose to pay.
Like 5 waters, please. I'm stocking up my.
I'm the
fridge
guy
with
that's
these
like
babies.
working to find the water fountain after I drink one bottle of water.
Case of water, please.
Here's water.
I don't need it. I'm just going to dump them all out.
He has $5 normal Dasani bottles
is-
in his fridge.
This is for my shower later. I prefer to spend $45 on bottled water to take a shower. It's great. Hey guys, let's move on to a few more funny questions.
Oh, wait, one more food place.
Okay.
It's upstairs. It's oh my gosh.
Chicken
there's-
strips and fries.
No, those are good too. Those are fine. Upstairs, you can get a panini. There's a panini place and they have chips
Oh.
with it, and it's really good. That place is
Oh,
good
the chips
too.
are good, I think.
Yeah, the chips are good
Yeah.
and the paninis are good.
Hey,
too.
before we
Get
move
that.
on to the fun questions, at DPuzzle23 asks, what teams after one game can we judge or overreact to? Preferably Houston getting beat down by the Pelicans. Taylor thought it'd be a good idea for us to do a top 5 power rankings of way too early one game performances.
Top 5 power rankings. Top 5 power rankings. Top 5 power rankings. Down to the podcast of the power rankings. Now.
So here's the rules.
Meow.
We had to make a top 5 power ranking. These are not predictions. You can't say, well, this is one game. I think they're going to be this.
Yeah.
This is based only on what they did in the first game. So
Hit us with it.
number 5 for me, we're counting down.
Okay.
We'll go around. Indiana, making the Grizzlies just look silly out there. Tyreek is a perfect addition. Turner's back healthy. They killed the Grizz.
I like the Pacers. And Delmas.
Domas. I was about
Yeah.
to say that.
All right, who's your 5? Ooh,
Go ahead.
Number 5.
You just count down.
Oh, okay. I'll go down.
Yeah, because I
No.
had the Pacers higher. They won by 28 points
They killed
against
the
an
Grizzlies.
NBA team. That's pretty
They're
good.
number
Are the
one.
Grizzlies going to be the only NBA team who can't score 100 points still? I think so this year.
Could be.
Number 4, Phoenix Suns. Ayton and Booker, offensive terrors.
They're number 1 in the West.
Yeah, I may have been wrong about Ayton. He looks
I
really
know. I
legit.
tried to tell you.
You tried to tell me. I don't know. I had to see it for myself. Number 3, the Raptors.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
I watched them. I was not. They're not there yet. I think they're going to be really good. They were not.
I'm sorry.
they're
What
just
is this?
your top 5 power? I'm sorry.
And also, it's not predictions. What
Yeah,
are you
it's just-
doing?
you
Yes.
can't say.
No,
I
I'm
think
just
they're
saying.
gonna be better.
I just watched them play, and I did not think they were as good as the
Oh,
Suns
okay.
were.
Oh, that's a good take. Okay, Raptors.
that.
I don't think Kawhi was hurt at all last year because I've been watching him this year and he looks like he's never been hurt in his whole life. He has like more offensive moves than I've ever seen.
he was just practicing. He was working with
yeah, the whole
with
time.
his personal coach.
He was he looks unbelievable.
Oh,
Did y'all see?
Um,
Did y'all real quick? Did you see the video where the Raptors fans were like just over the top cheering every time Kawhi got the ball, and then he passed to Danny Green? It was like, ah! Danny Green gets it and goes.
No,
It's
that's
like,
really
and then
funny.
he passed it back to Kawhi, and everybody's like, "Rah!"
Kyle Lowry killed it that game.
So did
too.
Danny Green.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. I was too busy watching the laughing video of that. My 4-year-old son loves that. I took him to piano lessons. He said, "Dad, can we listen to that the whole way to piano lessons?"
Did you?
I did.
Wow.
We just kept replaying.
It still makes you happy.
great.
though.
With a bowl of
It's
cereal in your lap.
funny.
It's a perfect combination of two great things. Number 2, the Pelicans destroying the Houston.
Number
Rockets.
2.
Yeah.
Two?
Yeah, because number 1 are the Celtics. They
No
blew
BS.
the brakes off the 76ers, man. They look so good.
I don't disagree with a lot of what you said. I just would flip flop 1 and 2.
And the Sixers couldn't score against them.
I just
Yeah.
think I don't know, man. I thought the Pelicans were so good.
They were great.
No,
They
this
were
is
awesome. Everything about them
Listen,
was
guys,
great.
they're
Elfrid
1 and
Payton
2.
had a triple double. Julius
Drew-
Randle was freaking awesome.
So
Yeah.
Drew Holiday with his ninja
I liked it.
tied back
Love it.
headband thing was awesome.
Mirotic taking insane threes
Yeah,
and making
I love.
them.
It was dumb.
Did
That
you
was
see-
insane.
yeah.
Did you see the shot where the ball just like rolled to him and he just picked it up off the
And
ground and
someone
shot
was
it?
like a foot in front of him.
He just like picked it up. He's like, "Oh, here it is," and then he just switched.
Mirotic, man, I'm telling that
he was
team,
great.
like if Anthony Davis can stay healthy,
That
man,
was like
they're
their
actually
that was their
surprisingly pretty
they
good.
peaked and they're,
Maybe.
they're
They
peaking a
may
little
have,
early,
yeah.
but they were awesome.
I don't know. I think they could get better.
Elfrid Payton did not look awful.
He
like,
really didn't.
No.
which is the baseline
can
evaluation
see.
of him.
Yeah.
I
Well,
know, right?
maybe it just helps if he's on a good team. He's never been on a good
True.
team. He's never played with like really good players. Besides Devin Booker, but that's a different kind of thing. Anyway,
what
those
are
were
the
my
Suns
top
doing?
five.
Just letting him walk.
I don't know. But
He
we didn't
signed a
think they were
minimum.
good.
He signed a minimum. Like, what's?
They must have just not been in on him, I guess.
I mean, but if you're the Suns, I mean, you're undefeated. So I mean, you
Yeah,
obviously
you're
made
in
the
Taylor's top 5.
They'd
Oh,
rather
rankings.
have 0 point guards than 1 point guard.
That is definitely the option because they just waived another point guard to bring in Jamal Crawford.
They don't want a point guard. I didn't know they brought in
Isaiah
Jamal Crawford.
Cannon, man. That's who their starting point guard is.
I don't think that's a good move to bring in Crawford.
He was. Did you see him coaching up the youngins on the bench? Yeah, he was
Is
sitting.
that the
They
point of
had
him?
him sitting next to DeAndre Ayton, and he
Okay.
was just coaching him up on the bench.
Okay.
Wait till yeah.
And
wait
he's
till
like,
they-
DeAndre, you got to take it 6 feet behind 3-point line, put it through your legs.
Yeah,
3
right.
times,
then shoot it.
and shoot it.
Here's how you create separation. Let me tell you.
All right,
That's
guys.
good.
I have one more question for you. It's this: are you miffed and are you peeved? I'm peeved.
Miffed and peeved.
Man, this was a short podcast.
Yeah, for you. I went to Buffalo Wild Wings last night. Got
Uh-oh.
horrible sleep,
Uh-oh.
heartburn, indigestion,
Upset stomach,
upset
diarrhea.
stomach, no diarrhea. But I did have some Pepto to calm settle the kettle. And it
What,
was
what flavors did you get, man? Why did why-
Pepto Bismol?
no? What was it? That,
Pepto-Bismol
what was it
flavor.
that bothered? What was it that bothered your stomach?
This is the flavors I got. Teriyaki couldn't have been the teriyaki.
No.
Sweet barbecue couldn't have been the sweet barbecue.
No.
Garlic
Parmesan.
Parmesan couldn't have been the this. But then I got
How
and
many
and
did
it was
you eat?
I got 18, but I didn't eat.
18.
But I only ate.
I only ate 16
I
of
only
them.
ate 12. But the
Okay.
thing I got.
What did you do with the other 6? Take them home.
I just left them, man.
Oh, you are so rich.
Left
You are
them.
so rich.
Left them. Here's the thing that got me. I split with my brother Buffalo Tots, and they were my favorite thing.
That's the
thing
What's
that did
Buffalo
it.
Tots?
Tater tots,
With buffalo sauce?
buffalo sauce,
Cheese.
ranch, chives. Oh, it was good.
Ew.
Yeah,
that's
It was
the
my
one.
favorite thing.
I
Yeah,
think
that
it
was it.
I think it's like, you know, if you mix alcohols,
And
that's
cheese.
when you get the most sick. I think
Cheese.
you were mixing too many up.
Yeah, I did.
You're
But-
mixing too much sauce.
You also ate 18 wings.
12. Left behind 6.
yeah, but you ate
We
a
went.
bunch of
I went to
pods.
Buffalo Wild Wings a couple days ago, and we got a spicy. Oh, I did like spicy Asian, which is pretty good.
Asian zing.
Asian zing.
Asian thing, and then I did a spicy garlic.
Oh, that one's really good.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that did
throw
not-
some. Throw
Buffalo
some.
Wild Wings is like guaranteed upset stomach though.
I was not
I haven't been in years.
prepared. It was good.
It's guaranteed upset stomach.
I like Buffalo. What do you Wingstop or Buffalo Wild Wings?
Wingstop.
Wingstop.
Buffalo. Wild Wings.
Wingstop. I just
for
never
me.
go. I don't eat
Easily, yeah.
wings. I can't eat wings all the time.
Yeah, me neither.
What do y'all
but-
think I am?
Super miffed.
You miffed? What are you miffed about, man?
Middle of the night, the other night, my wife wakes me up. She's like, I can't get the dog to come back in. I'm like, okay, I'll go out and get her. No big deal. So I walk outside and I'm hollering for my dog. I know she's around the corner of my house. And I walk back there and I walk face into a huge spider web.
Oh.
3 o'clock in the morning.
I hate that.
And I could hear and feel the spider.
Are
Oh
you
my
kidding
gosh.
me?
It's like, and I was like, ah! And I'm like just beating myself over the head. Meanwhile, my dog just trots around the corner and she walks inside. And I'm just like, and I go in and I go, Amy, get up. And she's like, what? She's like, is Chloe okay? Is she dead or something? I was like, no. I said, a spider might be on me. You need to check me.
I hate that.
You probably ate it in your sleep.
It was the worst. I think I ate it when I was awake.
I got a big spider on my front porch. I'm just letting him live.
Yeah, man. For the most part, I kind of try to just let them live. Unless they get on my face, then I'll murder their entire
right.
family.
Yeah.
Big.
Hey, before we go, we want to tell you about some of our favorite people. OklahomaShirtCompany.com. Check them out. Any sort of merchandise you need, t-shirts, hats, stickers, anything embroidered, anything you need printed, they will get it taken care of. They also have their Shirt of the Month Club, Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas, Arkansas, and Missouri. If you live in those states, you want a themed shirt that is super cozy and super well priced, they will send it to your door, to your mailbox for $10 plus shipping and fees. OklahomaShirtCompany.com. They are the people to go to for all of your marketing, apparel, or merchandise needs. We do have some Down to Dunk shirts for sale. Go to our Big Cartel. What is that, Taylor?
It's down to dunk.bigcartel.com. The link is in our bio on Twitter too.
So go check that out. Some of the OG shirts, and we got those for sale for you. But remember, anytime you have any needs, OklahomaShirtCompany.com. Tell them Down to Dunk sent you. Support the people that support us. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
Go buy some logo shirts from us.
Angela wants to know how we take our coffee.
Black, man.
Coffee black.
I shouldn't have said it that way. Black, comma.
I just get cream and sweet and low in my coffee.
Oh, that's
Sweet and low.
That is
I love sweet and low.
that makes me so grossed out.
Why?
me
Sweet and low is disgusting.
No, it's not as good for you.
No, it's not as good.
It's like better than sugar.
I'm about to dunk.
Scared money don't make none.
I literally get confused every time I'm driving.